Hi guys, welcome to the UX course. Now we are at module 5.2, module 5 chapter 2, where we are going to learn the importance of smart animation within Figma and how it works. So let's go and get started. So let's do a quick recap of what we learned so far. Just give me a moment. So in 5.1, we created clickable prototype with interactive flows, and we used an example of if there are steps within signing up within an application. So like what is next, 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 and previous, and if you go back to the old page back, how everything will work out. And mainly we worked around navigating to different pages, how to follow different pages. So I think you had nice learning there. And now in this current chapter we are going to learn about smart animation, micro interaction, engaging animation of transitions. And so we are going to learn with these three simple use cases: scale, rotate, and change of color. Scale, position, and opacity. So we will change the scale, we'll change the position, and we'll also change the opacity. We'll work on changing the color. While the color is getting changes of an object, it will also rotate. So we'll work in these three parameters in these three different use cases for smart animation. So let's go ahead and deep dive into smart animation within Figma, and we'll start with scale, rotate, and color. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll just copy these parameters and place them within Figma, so you would be able to see what exactly I'm doing and will remember this. So now we'll move back to this. So we'll take a generic frame here. Let's take a frame. Let's close this for now. Let's take uh, iPhone 16 and let's smart animation. Let's bring in the context, what we are exactly going to learn within the smart animation. So we'll learn from these three parameters. First we will use scale, rotate, and change the color. Let me use a big bold font for this. uh, and let's set everything up first, and then we'll use scale, change of position, and change of opacity. Use bold here. Let's copy this as well. Then we will use the third use case, changing the color while an object is rotating. and let's delete this since we have used it. Let's fix it here. Let's make it little bigger. uh, let's duplicate this. So we have all the layers. Let's duplicate all these three other pages as well. We'll create one more copy. All right, let's select all of them, and maybe we will just um, add some corner just to make it look good. I don't know why I do that, but I like adding the corners. All right, so first we'll do is scale, rotate, and change the color. So we'll do scale first within when once you maybe tap on it, and then once you tap again, it will rotate and change the color. And once you again tap on it, it will come back to the similar position. So we can do this with a generic rectangle. Let's do that. So let's use this. So let's use this as a rectangle. So we'll have to keep the same name. Let's use teal color. Let's keep it in center, and let's convert this into auto layout so we can generalize. We can change the position automatically. So right now the position looks to be changed. Let's use 10 and 10 so it doesn't look that bad, or maybe 100 and 100 so it is more easier to change the position. So let's copy the same element. You have to remember the name has to be same. It cannot have a different name. So the rectangle 1 and rectangle 1, the name has to be same. And in second one, we want it to be we want it to rotate. So what we'll do is we'll rotate this. So instead of using, we'll use, let's say, we'll scale it first. So we'll increase the size of it by pressing Shift and Alt, and once it increases from here to here, so this will be on hover. On hover, the size will increase, and once you click on it, it should rotate and it should change the color. So changing, rotating and changing the color should be on a same screen. So let's change the color to we'll use warm or green. Maybe we have to include all these colors in our parameters. So it will also include the class we were talking about. So let's add these to the variables. So we'll just make sure nothing is missing. So let's do one thing. Let's add this into a group. Let's call it indicators, and let's duplicate it, shift enter, and let's call it success. Let's change the success color, duplicate it. I'm doing this so we don't have to keep doing it all the time. Warning, information, So now we have all these colors we wanted. Now let's go back to our learning. So let's say the user clicked on it. So we'll apply both. It also changed the color to success, and once the success happened, it is just information. So um, we'll change the angle for it. Let's try 180, and we will keep the same size. So this is one. So let's keep square 122, 122, and this has to be 170 by 170, and this can be 122, 122. Let's make this an auto layout as well. This should be an auto layout as well. So these are not going at different places. Let's use 100 and 100. I hope I'm not okay. 100 and 100. Let's use 50 and 50 here. I think it's too much. And let's use the center alignment. Also here, let's use the center alignment, and we can use 100 and 100. It doesn't matter. All right. So this color also we need to change. This would become warning, and maybe warning, and this will come back to the original position again. So warning is 180 degrees. So let's go ahead and do the prototype. So as I showed you before, you can be an object, and then you can click, and on tap. So instead of on tap, I want to do this on hover. So we'll have two different animations here. On hover, it will change to this, and on click, it will change to this. So we will play with second one. So let's rename the layer properly. 1, 2, and this is 3. And let's go back to, let's name it as RC. Let's play back again. And this is going to be hover, and we will do smart animation, and we can play with multiple smart animation properties. We can do edge in and edge out, which is slower and more gentle, more like a parallax effects. And if you do edge in and edge out both, so both will happen. It will come in and it will go out. Back in, that means it will slide back and slide out. Edge in and out back, it will slide in and then out back. Custom bezier, you can basically do that with position of the element. You can change the position of the way it will animate. Generally, in most of the use cases, you can apply simpler animation. Let's go back. You can use gentle. Gentle is slow. It's not bouncy effect. In hover, you mostly would not need bouncy effects. We'll use gentle only. So let's use gentle for hover. So once I'm hovering over here, let's see if this is working or not. So okay, this is working nice. So you can see this animation is quite smooth when it changes. And let's add some, what you call, corner radius to it. Without corner radius, it doesn't look that good. So let's say you are here, and you hover on it, and it changes here. And after you click on this, you want it to change to this with an angle. So on tab, I have put in on tab, and we can keep this bouncy, and we can build a customer spring as well. But let's see how bouncy will perform, and we can try different animations as well there. So I'm hovering on it and it changes. I click back. Bouncy is like, it goes out, then comes back, and then it completely changes. And we can also keep this, we can also give this rounded corner. Let's give it a rounded corner. This may be a smaller one. Okay. So you come here, you hover, and then you click on it, it changes, and then click again and it goes back. So let's do that. If I click again, it should go back to this. So I'm not liking the fact of uh, bouncy, but we can try a gentle animation and see how it looks. Click. Gentle looks nicer, and let's also try quick. See how it looks. Quick is too quick. I don't want that to be too quick. Let's try Asian. Asian is a very simpler animation. Yes, it happens only one, but in some cases it might not work. You might need effects with it. So you click on it, it goes back, and I hover on it, it comes up. You click on it, it goes back. I click back on it, it goes back. So this is how you can play. So I think I explained a lot within it. I did scale, rotate, and color changes, and also I can include. No, I think this covered scale, rotate, and color changes as well. So let's see if I don't think I can cover all of it within here itself. Let's add opacity to it. Okay, we can add one more parameter to it. So that will cover everything what we have been building, and then we might not need. We might just need position. So we can do all of it within this screen itself. We don't need a number of other screens. Okay. So let's say if I click on it, I'll just duplicate it. I click on it and I want the opacity to change. Let's go back and let's remove the click from here, and also the click from here, and let's bring it to this one. And in this one I want two things to change: opacity and position. So I'll play within the auto layout and I'll make sure it is aligned to top, so it has changed. And also opacity, uh, it will become, I would want it to become little bigger, or maybe we can make it more circular, and let's make it more circular and little smaller, 100, and we can also change the opacity to, let's say, 40. And if the user clicks back on it, I want it to go back to this, not go back to this, I want it to go back to the last position. On tap, it should go to last position. So let's go ahead and play that again. So I'm here on the first screen, I hover on it and it becomes very gentle and very nice, smooth transition. I click on it, it changes back to this. I click on it, oh, this is nice. It gives a gentle push towards up. I click back on it again and it changes back to this. So this kind of, takes it to the next level in terms of interactive animation. When if you're playing with the smart animation, and it can help you use this on all the different parameters when you are transitioning to different pages, how you would want your button to react. Or maybe if you're on getting started pages, how do you want all the different pages and one singular element with the same name to react. Mostly it can be used with buttons, similar objects, or mascot, uh, between pages as well. If you have the similar elements like what you call text boxes, and if text box animation is changing, the position is changing within, you can use then as well. If you are increasing the size, if you're increasing and decreasing the opacity. So I think this will cover most of it in terms of smart animation and how to use smart animation. Let's go and see if we are missing anything. Okay, so I think we covered all of it within smart animation, and engaging animation for transition, micro interaction. So micro interaction was there within the animation, the way it changed the color, or the way it increased the size within that element. Okay, let's go ahead. And now in the next chapter, which is module 5.3, we are going to learn what are the best prototype practices, and how do we take feedback from client, and how do we do iteration. So it is not just going to be about prototype, it is also going to be about how do you present your design to client, and how do you show in prototyping phase, and how do you explain your design, and get those critical feedback. And then after you have received your feedback, you create a documentation wherein you note down everything as a feedback, and then you take it to uh, iteration. So let's go and see you in the next chapter.